Have you ever wondered why Chechnya, a small region in the south of Russia, has such a turbulent and complex history? Nestled in the Caucasus Mountains, Chechnya is a land of contrasts, a place where soaring peaks meet rolling plains, where ancient traditions meet modern realities. Its strategic location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia has made it a coveted prize for empires and a crucible for conflict. Throughout the centuries, Chechnya has been a battleground for a series of invaders, each leaving their indelible mark on the region's history. The Mongols, the Ottomans, the Persians, and the Russians have all vied for control over this land, shaping its destiny and forging a resilient and fiercely independent people. The 20th century brought with it a new wave of upheavals. The rise of the Soviet Union, the horrors of World War II, and the collapse of communism all played a significant role in the transformation of Chechnya. These events ignited a struggle for independence that would define the region for decades to come. The Chechen struggle for independence is a story of courage and resistance, of a people determined to preserve their way of life against overwhelming odds. It's a story that continues today, as Chechnya navigates the challenges of the 21st century. In this video, we're going to delve into the heart of the Chechen enigma. We'll explore the influence of different empires on the region's history, the wars that have scarred its landscape and shaped its people, and the ongoing quest for independence that defines its present and future. So, let's embark on this journey together, a journey that will take us through centuries of history across the peaks and valleys of the Caucasus, into the heart of a region that remains an enigma to many. Join us as we unravel the intricate tapestry of Chechnya's past. Our journey begins in the ancient times, where the roots of Chechen culture and identity began to form. These roots draw back to the Iron Age, when the region was inhabited by the Nakh tribes, the ancestors of the modern Chechens. The Nakh were known for their bravery and resilience, qualities that would become integral to the Chechen identity. Then there was the influence of the Scythians. These nomadic warriors roamed the Eurasian steppes from the 8th to the 2nd century BCE. Their influence on Chechnya was profound, introducing elements of their culture such as their warrior ethos into the burgeoning Chechen society. As the centuries rolled on, Chechnya found itself in the path of the Mongols, the unstoppable force that swept across Asia and Europe in the 13th century. Under the Mongol rule, Chechnya became part of the vast empire of the Golden Horde. This period was marked by turmoil and violence, but it also brought about significant cultural exchange. The Mongols introduced new technologies and ideas, contributing to the development of Chechen society. But the Mongols were not the last to set their sights on Chechnya. Over the centuries, numerous invaders tried to claim this land, each leaving their mark on its history and culture. Yet the Chechens, with their deep-seated resilience, managed to maintain their unique identity amid these foreign influences. A perfect illustration of this is the Vanik Tower architecture, a symbol of Chechen culture. These stone towers, some dating back to the 17th century, were built to withstand invasions. They stand today as a testament to the enduring spirit of the Chechen people. And then there's the Chechen tradition of hospitality, a custom deeply ingrained in their culture. Despite the hardships and invasions they faced, the Chechens held on to their tradition of welcoming guests with open arms. This tradition speaks volumes about their unwavering spirit and resilience. Despite the numerous invasions, the Chechen spirit was far from broken. These early influences helped shape the Chechen identity, a strong, resilient culture that has withstood the test of time. This resilience has been a constant thread, woven through the tapestry of Chechen history, from the ancient times right through to the present day. The 19th century brought a new challenge: the expanding Russian Empire. The mighty bear from the north had set its eyes on the mountainous region of Chechnya, sparking the ignition of the Caucasian War in 1817. This wasn't a standard conflict, it was a fierce, drawn-out war lasting nearly half a century, ending only in 1864. The Chechens, known for their indomitable spirit and resilience, were not ones to back down. Instead, they put up a fierce resistance, turning the Caucasian War into a significant thorn in the side of the Russian Empire. The mountainous terrain of Chechnya offered the perfect defense, and the Chechens used it to their advantage, engaging in guerrilla warfare against the invading Russian forces. Despite the harsh conditions and the overwhelming power of the Russian Empire, the Chechens fought with an unwavering resolve. This fierce resistance, however, came at a great cost. Many Chechens lost their lives and the region was left devastated. But the spirit of the Chechen people remained unbroken, their resolve hardened by the trials of the war. Fast forward to 1944, under the iron-fisted rule of Joseph Stalin, the infamous deportation of the Chechens took place. Accused of collaborating with the Nazis, the entire Chechen population was forcefully uprooted and exiled to Central Asia and Siberia. The deportation was brutal, with countless lives lost due to the harsh conditions and the inhumane treatment of the Chechen people. However, the spirit of the Chechens once again proved to be unyielding. Despite the hardship and the massive dislocation, they held on to their identity, their culture, and their will to return to their homeland. The deportation only served to strengthen their resolve to fight for their rights in their homeland. With this began a new era of struggle for the Chechens. The Soviet era was a time of dramatic change for Chechnya. The iron grip of the Soviet Union brought an array of transformations to the region, some of which continue to shape its identity even today. Under the Soviet regime, Chechnya was thrust into a phase of rapid industrialization. The land, once dominated by agricultural activities, witnessed the sprouting of factories, oil refineries, and other industrial infrastructures. While this led to economic growth and the creation of job opportunities, it also came with a heavy price. The pristine natural beauty of Chechnya was marred by industrial pollution, and the traditional agrarian way of life was displaced by urbanization. Parallel to this economic transformation, the Soviet Union also embarked on a policy of Russification. Chechens were encouraged and often forced to adopt Russian language, customs, and ideologies. Schools taught in Russian, newspapers were published in Russian, and people were even given Russian names. This deliberate erasure and suppression of Chechen culture led to a loss of language, tradition, and a sense of identity for many Chechens. Yet the Soviet era was not all about suppression and control. The year 1957 marked a significant turning point for the Chechens. In a surprising move, the Soviet Union rehabilitated the Chechens, lifting the ban on their return to their homeland from forced exile during World War II. This act was a ray of hope amidst the gloom, signaling the possibility of a better future. But this future was not to be. The Soviet Union, the very entity that had reshaped Chechnya, began to crumble. Its fall, in the early 90s, left nations across its former territory in a state of flux, and Chechnya was no exception. As the Iron Curtain fell, Chechnya found itself on the edge of a precipice, staring into the abyss of uncertainty. The fall of the Soviet Union, however, left Chechnya in a state of uncertainty. As the Soviet Union crumbled, Chechnya found itself at a crossroads. The year was 1991, a time of great upheaval across the former Soviet Union. In the midst of this chaos, Chechnya boldly declared its independence. Yet, this act was not without its repercussions. The newly formed Russian Federation viewed this as a direct challenge to its sovereignty and a dangerous precedent for other regions. This tension escalated into the First Chechen War in 1994. For 2 brutal years, the Chechen people fought valiantly against the Russian military in a conflict marked by widespread destruction and human suffering. Despite being vastly outnumbered and outgunned, the Chechens held their ground, forcing Russia to sign a peace treaty in 1996. But peace was fleeting. Just 3 years later, in 1999, the Second Chechen War erupted. This conflict was even more devastating than the first. It was characterized by brutal urban warfare, terrorist attacks, and gross human rights abuses on both sides. The war officially ended in 2009, but the scars are still fresh and the wounds run deep. Throughout this time, the Chechen people endured unimaginable hardships. The wars led to the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Chechens, while countless others lost their lives. Human rights abuses were rampant, with reports of torture, extrajudicial killings, and forced disappearances. Yet, in the face of such adversity, the Chechen spirit has remained unbroken. The quest for independence continues, despite the heavy cost. The Chechen people, known for their courage and resilience, remain steadfast in their pursuit of self-determination. They continue to hope for a future where they can live freely, away from the shadows of conflict and oppression. Despite the hardships, the Chechen spirit remains unbroken. Today, Chechnya stands as a testament to its resilient history. This region in the North Caucasus, once ravaged by war and conflict, has undergone significant transformations in recent years. The capital city of Grozny, once labeled the most destroyed city on Earth by the United Nations, has been reborn from its ashes. Today it's a city of skyscrapers and modern architecture, a symbol of Chechnya's strength and determination. The man often credited for this transformation is none other than the region's controversial leader, Ramzan Kadyrov. Appointed by Russian President Vladimir Putin in 2007, Kadyrov has ruled with an iron fist. His leadership, while bringing stability and development, is marred by numerous allegations of human rights abuses. Under Kadyrov's rule, Chechnya has become a paradox. On one hand, the region has seen unprecedented development, with modern infrastructure, shopping malls, and even a world-class football team. On the other hand, it's a place where freedom of speech is heavily suppressed and dissent is not tolerated. Reports of extrajudicial killings, forced disappearances and torture are common, painting a grim picture of the human rights situation. The struggle for democracy continues in Chechnya. Many brave activists and journalists have risked their lives to expose the truth, to fight for a Chechnya where human rights are respected and democracy thrives. Their stories are a testament to the enduring spirit of the Chechen people. In spite of these challenges, Chechnya's cultural heritage continues to thrive. Chechen dance, music, and traditions are celebrated with pride, reminding us of the region's rich history and unique identity. As we look at Chechnya today, we see a land of contrasts. It's a region caught between its past and the future, between tradition and modernity, between repression and the quest for freedom. The history of Chechnya is a tale of resilience and survival against all odds. In the end, Chechnya's history serves as a reminder of the complexity of human struggle. From the early days of the Chechen enigma, we've seen how this small region nestled in the Caucasus Mountains has been shaped by centuries of conflict and turmoil. The ancient roots of Chechnya, steeped in tradition and culture, were upturned by the Russian conquest, drastically altering the course of its history. Under Soviet rule, Chechnya grappled with an identity crisis, a struggle that continued into its tumultuous quest for independence. Today, Chechnya stands as a testament to the resilience of its people. Despite the hardships they have endured, their spirit remains unbroken, their determination unwavering. Chechnya's history is not just a story of conflict, but also a story of perseverance, a reflection of the human ability to overcome adversity. Chechnya's history is far from over, and its future remains unwritten.